Okay, so finally we're going to add the icons, and I will say that for that to make it easier, we can just make a compact version of this function because we would like it to be reusable. So we can just go for a public. We want to have it as void, since it's not going to return something. Create function, create push button. And then what we wanted to create is something like this. Just gonna copy. Then what we need to add here, we can just change this one to be just assembly. No, it's assembly path so that it doesn't get confused. So we need a string called assembly path. Then we need a ribbon panel called ribbon panel. And we want to change some text happening. So let's have it string text 1, 3, and 4. So the first one, it's going to be command. Second one is text. Third one is assembly T, tool text, and then we can change. So our function will go create push button, calling it from here. It's this assembly path, ribbon panel, command message, show a message, the assembly text, and the tooltip. So we just need to fix this one. It should be like this, plus assembly text, command text, and that will make it run as a function within this script. So that's easier, so we can just go within all our functions and have them together. So I'm just gonna go create push button. We need it 7 times. So we are having visibility of what's happening with this one. 02 is selection objects. Zero 03 is instance extraction. 04 is symbol extraction. element types extraction, family instance creation, and last one, it's going to be it's family with data. We need to fill as well the command messages, they cannot repeat. So this is selection. We have selection, we have instances, we have symbols, we have types, instance creation, and family data. Then within the messages, we can just change them. So show selections, show all extractions, all instances, show all symbols, types, create an instance, and create an instance with data. For the message to be displayed, we can just get rid of it because I think that it's already redundant, and at this point we do not need it. So we're just going to modify the function so that it goes within the same message as the description. And then we can just change this. Should go as text. That's it. We can just do a build. We go and copy, so we can update the reference. Yeah. We can also leave it on the location, but if we want to share it, I will say that it's easier just to copy the file and leave it open. So it's program data. As you can notice, I haven't changed the add-in because the add-in is just reading the app file, so it wouldn't be a problem, and we just need to close Revit. Now that it's created, we can just go open Revit again, and now we should have all commands running, even though they don't have an icon, but being shown on the top. Open the sample. Open our panel. Yeah, it's here. Test tools. Then we have all the icons, all the spaces for this one. It doesn't look good within the spacing because it's missing that to be separated, so it's a little overset, but we're going to add the icons on the next lesson.